live? Does that mean we're live?
You're live.
Hold on. Okay. Hey! Welcome to Volk Party. I'm Whitey. This is Cracker. I have another channel we're bringing back, Whitey the White Guy Show. So
Do your link sending.
What am I doing? You do my
Here,
link
I'll do that.
send. Okay.
He's retarded.
So this is the first time we've ever gone live. This is definitely the first time we've been live on the Volk Party channel.
How do you go back? Look at your main menu. There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then so we went to go live on my phone. Apparently has a no comply on that issue. So we're doing this on Cracker's phone, and then he's now got to get on my phone to let people know because we're a couple of jackasses. Mostly my fault.
It's always your fault.
Exclusively my fault. We don't pre-plan shit. I'm gonna push this down just a bit.
Where's your YouTube app? Okay.
You see,
We're highly professional on his channel.
we're awesome sauce. Can you see the Batman pin? He's got all kinds of them sitting around here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this from the John Carpenter movie. But my boy, we got to do a tour of your place one time because he's got, is it paraphernalia, memorabilia?
Yeah, make sure you use the right word.
All over the fucking place. This place is strewn with goodness.
Okay.
Yeah, some of it varies. And who is it? Is that Dora?
That's Dora from Monsters Inc.
Yeah, my sister and whole family look like that. You remember Sarah?
I'm not gonna be the asshole to say that.
Yeah, she Mexico. So anyway,
That's mean. But this is your channel, not mine.
but I love Sarah. Sarah. So if you don't know, Sarah's
How do I share this? Keep
percentage
talking.
Mexican. Okay, so I'm a horrible racist and everything, but like my sister Grace and my brother Drew, we get along okay, but Grace and I fight always. And then Sarah's the Mexican one, so I'm a horrible. But I get along with Sarah better. We just had her over.
Okay.
For a few days.
So I won't say his name, but I sent it to Channel Dawnstar because no one's watching yet. But at least he's now got the link to watch. So I don't know how to send it through like phone or whatever, but.
Okay.
So at least he'll watch, unless you know anyone else specifically by name.
We need to get hold of Joker.
You can't really. I don't know if you want to say it online, but. Anyways, we wanted to go live because.
We want to talk about the 30-year-old man, among things.
And we said going live might be easier because you can also talk about random topics.
Yes.
So go ahead and talk about your 30-year-old getting kicked out or whatever.
We'll pull him. But there's a guy who's
you don't have to be professional in live things.
Live.
Because usually for these live streams, the first 10 minutes is usually just everybody setting up and sending out links and everything like that.
Okay.
And then what's cool about these live streams is when you're done and you click done, it automatically uploads to YouTube.
Yeah.
So that's cool. It's less work for you.
We were talking earlier about Cobra Kai and Billy Zabka. They go a little far with it, but at one point him and other guy?
Ralph Macchio?
Ralph Macchio are hanging out, trying to make amends. And then he's like, yeah, so-and-so's my friend on Facebook. And Billy Zabka's like, what's Facebook? And he's like, really, Johnny? But it's like, I'm the same way, so it's entirely plausible.
See, what we were saying upstairs is, because I have no desire to watch that show.
Let's talk about that first. We'll talk about Cobra Kai first. You were saying...
That I have I enjoy
it.
part one. I really enjoy part two.
Let's get just a little bit more. Never mind. Fuck that. Come towards me a little bit. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. And I'm underneath. Do you see this?
That's the GameCube. I can move it around if you want to.
Yeah.
Find something else to prop it up on.
What store? You can get on there.
Because I'm not holding this for fucking.
No. We gotta find. You want me to? Maybe put something under the GameCube?
We're highly professional.
Highly fucking professional.
Well, that's just gonna fucking fall. That's a bunch of playing cards. Stupid.
I don't know who.
And if you thought my channel sucked.
See, that angle was good. We just need to... Oh, no, too much headspace. Let's mess with the camera.
Well, then
Why don't we have a? Oh,
Oh, that's a notification for me. Like,
Okay.
remember, you're gonna get notifications all the
yeah.
time.
I'm gonna get shit from your mom.
Nope. There you go.
You and I have different ideas about what a well-framed shot is, sir. That's as best as we're gonna get. So anyway, Cobra Kai. So you didn't want to watch Cobra Kai.
Nope. And I'm gonna get on your phone and
Yeah.
make sure people got the message. But go ahead, anyways. I won't check all your porno stuff out.
Oh, thanks.
Well, maybe.
Well, it's a lot of lesbians.
Well, I don't know that.
Oh.
Anyways, what I was saying is I really enjoy the first one. Really, really like the second one. I mean, I haven't seen them in probably 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all nostalgia. But I have no desire seeing middle age? Is it 50? He's at least 55-year-old Ralph Macchio.
I want to say they're early to mid 50s. They're not yet. You mentioned 60. I'm like, no, not quite 60. So 51, 52, 54, somewhere in there.
50. It doesn't matter.
50s.
They're in their 50s.
They're still spry.
I have no desire seeing Daniel LaRusso take on Johnny once again in their 50s as middle-aged men with families.
I felt the same way. I didn't want to see that fight. And you know they're going to get to that point where it's going to be those two guys.
And they're going to get in the middle, and then someone's going to pose with the crane kick, and he's going to look even more stupid.
They did bring back crane kick, but not those two. So, fuck you, Twitter, then. And fuck you! Sorry, you were going to do something?
Yeah, you go ahead. Keep talking. I don't want to see you 50
So what Cobra Kai, and I feel the same way. I'm sure millions of people feel that if you watch the original Karate Kid, the first one, you feel like Johnny Lawrence kind of got a raw deal because he wasn't necessarily, and that was kind of the point of the film because Mr. Miyagi says no such thing as bad student, only bad teacher.
So there was It was I was going to say Roger. It was proof right there that it wasn't really Johnny's fault that he was the asshole.
Or his guys.
Yeah, or his guys.
They weren't necessarily bad guys. They just had their heads screwed on backwards because they had this guy who was leading them astray. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of the film, Johnny Lawrence hands him the trophy and everything. It's kind of water on the bridge. At the beginning of the second one, there's a brief moment where the bad guy kicks Johnny Lawrence's ass a little bit. And then
all I did was share it on Facebook. You're on your own for the rest.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Oh, well, fuck. So anyway, I don't want people knowing the thing. But now they do because, But anyway.
Well, delete it.
Forget it. We're solid. So the point is, you like Johnny Lawrence is getting screwed here,
right?
And so everybody was always like, "But he's not necessarily a bad guy. He just got misled."
And the thing is, he was just kind of a jerk high schooler.
Yeah, which a lot. And then he made a point in different interviews and stuff. He's like, "This guy was taking my girlfriend," and there's stuff where Ralph. And so it was really interesting to bring that back and revisit it and see it from Johnny's perspective. There's the part where he's in the bathroom and he's rolling a joint. And then Daniel Russo pours the water on him and stuff. And it's like, you know what? If I was that guy, I'd be pissed off too.
Wow, but Daniel is just getting revenge for getting his ass kicked.
Right. So the point is, but then they go too far with it. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, they're getting their heads screwed on backwards by this.
Somebody's watching.
Sensei. Hey! Hello! Hello from us! So, it's a good idea. It's a good premise. Mm-hmm. Let's bring these characters back, see where they are 34 years later, and show you Johnny's perspective on these events. Yay! Hey, Roger.
Hey, Roger's here.
Roger's here. Our only friend. But hold on, so real quick, and I watched the whole first episode, and they did a good job with that. You get caught up on where everybody is. Mm-hmm. But as I was watching different clips and stuff, oh my God! Now their kids are dating, and now it's like everything where it's like you're watching it. And I'm like, I'm digging it. And Billy Zabka, he's a bum. It would have lost. Hold on one second. He's lost in life, and then a kid approaches him after he defends him with his karate shit, and the kid's like, "Dude, you should start a dojo and all this stuff." And so he doesn't want to at first, and then he ultimately does. So it's really nice to see him not only see his perspective, but then see him get his life back together. That stuff's really cool. But then it becomes a drama.
See, that's what I'm saying.
People got to be dating people.
That's what I would have been interested, Well, I was interested in checking out Cobra Kai when you said we were watching Johnny. We're watching Johnny.
Yeah.
He's an alcoholic now. He has no life. His life sucks.
Yeah.
And
he's a loner.
And then I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot, even though it's really retarded that it's him and Daniel coming into blows again. And I'm like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. I like stupid shit. Howard the Duck. But are you talking about the karate sequel? We're talking
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai, the new television series.
Red Tube series.
Yeah.
Cobra Kai!
I've never seen it, and he's not really going to spoil that much because he's only seen a few episodes.
I've only seen the first episode and then bits and the pieces here and there.
And we're not going to talk about like specific episode shit because I don't know how, but you're just talking about your thoughts. Yeah. I was interested, like I said, seeing Johnny's perspective. He's an alcoholic. He's a bum. His life sucks. Gotcha. Didn't know it was going to be a series. Yep. I think there's 8 episodes.
I think it's 10.
And then there's a second one coming out.
They're doing a second season because it's doing well.
Right. I think it's going on a nostalgia thing.
Definitely.
And the thing is, though, like you said, I lost interest immediately when you said that Daniel's daughter or son is now dating the kid of Johnny, and it's become Full House.
Yes.
Because you know by the end of it they're going to move to San Francisco and get a home together and have a bunch of twins. I don't know.
But
I enjoy, like I said, I really enjoyed the first one. The second one was really good. But
from the clips I've seen, there's a bit where there's a kid who Johnny Lawrence is teaching, and then he meets 2 nerdy kids at high school, and the one kid had a cleft palate, so they had to do a surgery. He's got that scar, which is right there on your lip, and everybody's giving him shit because he's got the thing. So he comes to the dojo. And then Johnny Lawrence is like, "What's going on there, Lip? Lip, how you doing, Lip?" And then the guy's like, "You cannot call him Lip."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "No, we're here to be badasses. You know, you guys are a bunch of pussies." And so there's a lot of that shit where I'm like,
what's
"You
the
fucking tell him."
What's the rating on this show?
I have no clue.
Like, at least PG-13, probably.
Oh no! Wow. It's not PG-13.
Okay.
But it's not hard R either.
Okay.
But there are some curse words and stuff.
Okay.
You know, like ass and shit.
Something they could get away with if it was like primetime TV.
Yeah, if they took out just a couple of curse words, they'd be fine. And it's not, blood and guts or anything, of course. Very much along the lines of
the movie. Okay.
So the kid, they're at the dojo, and then he's like, don't be a pussy, Lip, and Lip leaves. And then from the clip I saw, Johnny's cursing out this kid. And he's trying to get him to be tough. And I'm really behind that because this generation is a bunch of pussies. And then he comes back in with a mohawk. Yeah, and he got a hawk tattoo on his back. And then Johnny Lawrence is like, that's what I'm talking about. Doesn't care if you're a nerd or a geek or a freak, that you be badass. And then the Lip kid was this really quiet, shy kid. He becomes one of the better students, and when they go to the tournament, he's kicking ass.
It's because of the mohawk.
But I like that's the stuff I like because it's like Johnny's.
He's telling
that old badassery that America used to be. That now we're France. We've become a pussy little France, and he's like, no, we're bringing back fucking John Rambo. And fucking,
nothing from the Karate Kid is going to be John Rambo.
But the point is, it's a really good point. It's stop being a bunch of whiny pussies, and start being adults and start standing up for yourself. Yeah. There's a point where the nerdy kids they're debating what superhero trait to have is the best trait, and the one guy says lightning speed or something. So you can run away.
Roger misses you.
Oh, I miss you too, Roger. It's been forever.
And he loves how we both have to lean in. Well, I can't see worth a shit. And he...
What? Who said that?
Roger likes how we both have to lean in to read the comments. I can't see worth a shit.
We need to get a functioning fucking My laptop took a shit, and that's been slowing us down. So anyway, but...
I don't know, dude.
It's something where with Cobra Kai, we got 3 people now. We're talking about Cobra Kai on RedTube. I'm like 50% in, and then 50% not.
Here we go.
Okay.
Now we can see even better.
Yay.
There you go. Technology. So when something pops up there,
we can read it.
You can read it here, and we don't have to.
What? Yeah, but now we're gonna do this.
There's just like a little delay on your phone.
Okay.
So.
Oh, did we go?
Isn't that fucking weird?
Yeah. It's mostly.
Anyway, for the 15th time, talk about.
We're talking about Cobra fucking Kai.
All right,
on YouTube.
Mohawks make you stronger.
Yeah, no, but the point is, I really like the overarching message of don't be such a pussy. Don't be so afraid of everything. Don't be offended by everything. You know, stand up for yourself and be a fucking man. And I really like that. And then towards the end, they get into a bit where like he took that perhaps a little too far, just like his sensei did, and his kids go a little too far with it.
Of course.
So there's a middle ground where you got to understand that when you're talking to kids, they're going to amp up whatever you say.
Exactly.
Because they're not all over. But I like that facet of it, but when you get into the drama, so everybody's dating everybody.
And you said
enemies become friends, friends become enemies.
Daniel is teaching the son of Johnny.
Yes.
That's just retarded.
That is, and it's too, so.
That's too
it's
close.
It's too spot on the nose. And then Daniel LaRusso is a car salesman. So guess what he does as a gift to all his customers?
Gives him a free karate lesson.
No, we'll keep going. Something from the show. It's got to be something from, what do you think he gives them?
Bonsai tree.
Yes!
You fucking kidding me?
No, and it's in the commercial. It's like, and everybody who stops at LaRusso's, of course, gets a free bonsai tree. And you're just like, oh, God.
No, wait a minute.
So,
here's the thing.
It's sequel, but it's Bring It Back a Titus because you have to bring back every single popular thing.
Right.
And so it's like, if you would just leave a little of that out and not be so on the nose.
That's just banking on the nostalgia right there, because Daniel, Mr. Miyagi's dead. Pat Morita's been dead for
so guess what
almost
he
a
does
decade.
during the series?
Hold on.
Goes to his grave to say goodbye, of course.
Are you fucking kidding me? Let me guess. Mr. Miyagi has a bonsai tree at the grave.
I didn't watch the scene. I couldn't. Oh. It's like, because in the YouTube, I'm just watching clips, and the YouTube thing, it's like Daniel goes to say goodbye. I'm like, fuck. You know, like,
here's what I was saying though. Mr. Miyagi's dead and gone. Pat Morita's been dead for
years now.
Yeah.
Sadly, because we love Pat Morita.
I did.
Yeah.
Well, I loved him. Married with Children.
Yeah, he's a great comedian.
Here's the thing though. Daniel now is an Italian kid from Jersey. Okay, so why is he giving out bonsai trees? So he's going to have to explain to every single customer.
That's an excellent point.
Every single customer that buys a car from him, he's going to have to explain what's the purpose of the bonsai tree.
Exactly.
Well, 30 fucking years ago, I kicked the shit out of one kid.
That is an excellent point. Because one of the problems here is that for us, Karate Kid was this big film. And I said this before, I've never been to the Valley. I don't know, in California. I don't know anything about it. But it's like, is this tournament from 34 years ago? Are people still going to be talking about it?
This wasn't even, this was just like a local tournament.
Yes. And so it's like you and 200 or 300 people who are there, 1,000, whatever it is, some of whom have died of old age from 34 fucking years ago. Not everybody's, that's like, is that really going to be such a big deal at the center of this universe? Fucking no. So it's just kind of weird that they make it like.
Here's the thing I thought of. Johnny is this big time loser, right? Johnny is this big time loser.
Yeah.
Who's more of a loser though? Johnny, because he's an alcoholic and blah blah blah, but he's still, he's still got a life going on. Or Daniel, who's still trying to live up this thing from 30 years ago. It's not like he won a world record. It was like
he won this little karate tournament in California.
He wasn't even part of a big dojo either. It's not like it was well known. He was trained by the maintenance man of his apartment complex. And won a tournament. And then, he did whatever happened in like 2 and 3.
Yeah. Now, we live in the fucking boonies. But ask yourself, if somebody won a karate tournament in the boonies, would we even know about it? No. Like, dude, I know guys who went downstate and won state champion wrestling. Like, where the town we grew up in is big wrestling town. At least it was. Now it's a big
ghetto.
Black people shoot each other town.
It's a ghetto.
It's a hood. So... But back in the day, it was a big wrestling town, and still, I know guys who went down to state every year, and nobody would know it. Huge. Even in this town, in a smaller town, nobody's gonna know. No one's gonna care. No, you're not gonna walk into a bar and somebody's like, "Dude, you're that guy who went downstate on the wrestling team 34 years ago. You pulled that crazy move. Hand me a bonsai tree, bro." It's not gonna happen.
That's so stupid. They get a fucking bonsai tree when they buy a car.
So maybe we should watch this and know. Okay,
I don't want to. You know what?
Do
Maybe
the
I think I
customers know why they're getting a bonsai tree?
No, because he's gonna have to fucking explain it
Every single time.
And you know what happens?
These guys can explain what a bonsai tree is, and then why they're getting one, and then they're like, "Fuck you! I'm getting my car from Ford." Fuck you, LaRusso. But no, he's big and successful, and it's just like, what the fuck? So they had a really good premise. Mm-hmm. And there's some really good shit in there that I agree with, and then they just go way a little too far, and it's just like, guys, bring this back, bring it like.
Get rid of the bonsai trees.
So yeah, I would say, from what I've seen, it's probably worth a watching.
How many episodes are you in?
I've just seen the one and then some clips. So I probably shouldn't be talking too much shit, but there's like one bit where, of course, now they're married and they have kids, so of course. So at one point, Johnny Lawrence still has a 1980 car, a nice car, but it's like, holy fuck, that's old. And but he's keeping it maintained. And then Daniel LaRusso, being from Jersey, his cousin and two guys light the car on fire. So Johnny goes in there and he's like, "You can get me a new car, or I'm turning in your cousin," or something like that. And I'm watching clips. And so they go and they start driving around testing out cars. They kind of start becoming buddies.
You know what's funny?
Then they go back to Daniel LaRusso's house, and there's one point where, like, again, like, they're going along, everything is going fine, and then he sees, like, the daughter, and the daughter's the one who rear-ended his car earlier. So now they got to be enemies again. So they're starting to become friends. Then a bunch of drama. Now they're enemies. Then they're friends. Then there's drama. And it's like, stop! I know it's a TV show and it's episodic and all that, but fucking
You know what's
no.
You know what's funny? Like I said, you've only watched one episode in its entirety, and the rest are clips. You're trying to explain the show by watching clips. You don't even know if the clips are in like the right order either.
No. But it's but the point is, it's like I would watch the show.
Okay.
If it wasn't for those elements, where of course he can't just get rear-ended by somebody.
It has to be
Daniel Russo's daughter, and now her kid's a mess. His kids and Johnny Lawrence's kid's a mess, and it's like you can't just have well-adjusted kids and there's no problems, and then you just get back together for some beers and he starts Cobra Cat. No. Everybody's got to be fucking everybody, and everybody's got to be a mess, and it's just like too far. It's too far, and it's too on the nose.
Okay, I'll maybe watch the first episode because I know the first episode is free on YouTube.
And that's the one that you can get behind because it's really nice to see him getting his life back together and getting back on track.
So Johnny really was the hero of Karate Kid.
Yeah.
I'll give the show a shot. I'll watch the first.
Daniel LaRusso was a cunt.
I'll watch the first episode on YouTube, which is free, and then I'll probably find a way to stream the rest. I'm not paying for YouTube.
I'm not paying to watch. I'd watch this like the second episode and take it as it comes and see.
And then probably sit down and be like, "I was right. I was right."
But it's again, it's got some cool elements to it from what I saw. One of the problems, as always will be, is that you got a bunch of white people trying to look like they know karate, and some of the kids are better at it, and some of the kids they get this hefty black chick. I'll say portly, a portly black chick.
She's fat.
She's fat. She F-A-T. She fat. So you just had to say it first. Now I'm off the hook. But
it's your channel though. It's just because it's my phone.
But it's like she's gonna be, and then she tackles the guy, and Johnny Lawrence goes,
I've seen that clip.
She's natural Cobra Kai.
I've seen that clip. No.
And that's where you're just like,
she's natural for football, not for karate.
Yeah. She's an offensive tackle or a nose tackle. She's not a ninjutsu expert. So she goes to the tournament and wins one.
The only fat ninja we've had was Chris Farley. Yeah. That didn't work out well.
He was a wrestler in high school and stuff, and he had some natural athleticism.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
So you, before he got really super heavy.
Yeah.
So you could see, like, he would actually have some moves, especially upper body, some quickness. But it's like, this lady's just like, all she's got is fucking Twinkies. Like, she ain't got no quickness. Because there's bigger dude like nose tackles in the NFL. They're big, huge guys, but they're fast. Like not like sprinters, but like within a few steps, they got some. A lot of what you do at the line of scrimmage is fast arm movements.
Okay.
Rip and swim. So you could see some bigger dudes still having some speed. This lady ain't that, but you can visually see it. You can see how they got muscles and stuff. So you can say, okay, you need to cut back on the carbs, but there's some athleticism there. This is just fat. And so when she wins one, but it's one of those things where it's like, okay, she can't hardly bend or anything. So that when the opponent, who's a now skinny athletic guy, has to go kick, she does this, and he's got to go way the fuck up here, and it's just like you can't sell that. And it goes back to best of the best.
Oh no!
Let's take some Hollywood.
So
she's Chris Penn. Let's take some Hollywood actors, and you know now they're gonna beat up these Korean guys, and it's like no, you're not. No, you're not. And when you go to throw a punch, you got to throw this way out here punch because the actor's just not athletic enough to sell it.
Wow.
So it's just but it is hit and miss.
You just compared Cobra Kai to Best of the Best. I'm not even streaming it now.
What it does is it makes Billy Zabka. Actually, if you go back, it's impressive because he was actually pretty fucking good. Some of the stuff he was able to do, he was actually good. And then you watch, what's his real name? Ralph Macchio, and you're like, okay, you should have got your ass kicked here, son. Because Billy Zabka was better than he was. But that's the one thing you can appreciate about Karate Kid.
If you think about it, Daniel only won the tournament because he got lucky. He got that lucky kick in.
Got the lucky kick in. But you could see they actually did a good job with them in the film, and not so much here.
Okay.
So, but it's impressive with Billy Zabka. You go watch that as a kid, you kind of take it for granted. You watch it again, go, damn, you were actually pretty good at this. And so he brings some of that back now, but he's fucking 50. There's one bit when he very first goes, and you probably have seen this in the trailer. A bunch of bullies are beating up on this kid. He goes to and then what happens is the kid gets thrown into his car, and that's when he's like, "Hey, watch your car."
He's thrown into Zabka's car.
He goes to throw the first kick, and he's like, "Ah!" And then he keeps fighting and stuff. So it's like at least they're not like. He's just awesome.
Okay,
like he is,
I'll give it that. Yeah. It kind of reminds you. You've heard of Funny or Die, right? Okay. There's a skit that they got Ralph Macchio to do when the Karate Kid remake with Will Smith's son came out. Yeah. And I'll send you the link. It's really funny. It's called Wax On, Fuck Off.
Yes.
And it's all about Ralph Macchio. He's upset that his career is nowhere.
Yeah.
And he now wants to become the new Hollywood bad boy.
A documentary. So yeah. And then he goes to this hooker. She's like, "You come back when you're 18." He's like, "I'm 50 years old." But he still looked.
And then he wants to snort coke, but instead of cutting it up with a credit card, he's making it into a smiley face. Yes. And
that was clever. I did like that.
Yeah, that was quite funny.
Oh, down here.
To me, Ralph Macchio's best was Vinny.
My cousin Vinny.
Yeah, that was good.
I did like that movie.
That was fun. I liked it a lot because A, Fred Gwynn was funny. B, Joe Pesci was really funny, and then Marissa Tomei was still hot.
Who's Freddie Gwynn?
Fred Gwynn, he was Herman Munster. He was the judge.
Oh, the judge.
What the hell is a Ute?
Yeah. What's a Ute?
Yeah.
Did you say Ute? It's like Ute.
Yeah.
That movie had some.
I wonder what happened to Joe Pesci.
He just fucking appeared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and
Well, I'll tell you what happened. What happened is they went to go make him. But then when they brought him into the room, they shot him in the back of the head. But then he wasn't dead yet, so they took him off into a cornfield, beat the shit out of him, and buried him in a hole. And now he's still in that hole, and he's still not dead.
Because Mrs. Cracker is, I finally got her to start watching the Lethal Weapon films. We're revisiting that, and we're halfway through part 2, and she got tired and went to bed. But Joe Pesci is in that, and I think it's before Home Alone or like right after Home Alone, so he's still kind of in his like.
I want to say right after. It was
might
after
be.
Home Alone. phone. Yeah, it had to be.
And it was good to see Joe Pesci again. You know, not doing stupid comedies like with Danny Glover, like Gone Fishing and stuff like that. It was good to see, you know, him as Leo Getz, you know, in an R-rated movie and stuff like that. And he's not playing a gangster.
That's what happened to him. Is like because Looper, who's hit and miss. I mean, you know, Looper. It's a YouTube thing, and they're like, why doesn't Hollywood recast?
Oh yes, I've never clicked on him.
Why doesn't Hollywood cast Brad Renfro? Because he's fucking dead. Yeah. So they did one on Joe Pesci, and it's like, yeah, that's all he was getting was these dumb shit.
These comedy roles. Okay.
And he's got more pride than that. God bless him.
Yeah, we were watching Lethal Weapon 2. We made it all the way up to Danny Glover's bomb on the toilet, and Rachel's like, I'm going to bed. Like, you at least gotta wait till he gets off the toilet. Yeah. She's like, no, I can't. Like, she likes the movie, but she was just tired. I'm like, at least wait till he pulls him off the toilet.
Have you seen Loaded Weapon?
Loaded Weapon, I've seen it. I've seen it once.
Loaded Weapon is the spoof on that.
That's the one with Emilio Estevez.
Yeah, and Emilio Estevez comes up the stairs, and he's got the gun out, and then he comes around the bathroom, Samuel Jackson's that's why he's like, what's wrong? And Samuel Jackson's like, nothing. Taking a shit. It's perfect. That was, I mean, to get Emilio Estevez and Samuel L. Jackson to play those, oh my God, go watch Loaded Weapon now.
I will do that for my channel.
And then
Pesci will be back.
Eric Curry? Who was
Eric Curry?
Who was the guy from Everything? Has been in fucking everything. The actor. Tim Curry. Tim Curry's in it as the henchman.
Oh Jesus! Does he do a hammy over the top like villain voice?
Yes. So, well, he does Tim Curry.
Okay.
He's Tim Curry that we know him. Yeah. But at the very beginning of the film, a car pulls up to a house, and this little Girl Scout looking thing you're seeing from his like behind his legs come up, and then what's her name from Star Trek? The black lady who's on The View now. Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg answers the door, and then it's Tim Curry in a Girl Scout outfit. He's like, "Well done, this girls," and it's so absurd.
I just like how you're trying to think. I just like how you're trying to pull, you know, Whoopi Goldberg's name out of your ass, and the first thing you could think of was Star Trek. That she was.
She was the black lady on Star. She was the lady. I can't remember her name.
Joe Pesci will be back in a new Scorsese film, The Irishman, released soon.
I'm offended already.
Why? Because it's
bunch of wops telling me about my heritage. Fuck you. Suing right
I'm glad to know that Joe Pesci's still alive though. Mm-hmm. He's got to. I wonder how old he is. He's got to be in the 70s.
Fuck. Let's not talk about how old everybody's getting. Because you know what that means? We're getting old, dude.
You know what? I'll tell you what. I never wanted.
Did you know that I'm years old now?
Yeah. You're still younger than me.
Yeah. Am I? Yeah. That's right. Because you graduated before I did.
I did. You know what? I didn't really ever want to see Loaded Weapon 1. I was going to review it on my channel.
Is there a 2?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But you sold me... At first you sold me on Tim Curry. Mm-hmm. And then you sold me...
75?
Wow. And then you sold me on...
Oh, for those of you who aren't Roger watching, Roger said he's... Joe Pesci's 75.
He's 75. The other person who's watching, they can also see the comments.
Oh, fuck.
This is Whitey's first live. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, but this will be uploaded.
They can also see them too.
Not as it's coming in.
Yeah, they can.
No, okay, we'll talk to technicalities.
Okay.
Never.
I was saying you sold me on Tim Curry, but then you really sold me on Girl Scout Tim Curry.
Yes, in a Girl. It's
so I will be watching that, and I'm pretty sure I'll fucking hate it.
But then the whole thing is William Shatner shows up. I'm not making this up. And he's the ex-CIA general from Vietnam. And
like Colonel Troutman?
Yes.
He's basically Troutman?
And they're putting cocaine in Wilderness Girls cookies. It's the whole...
Oh my God. This could be like one of the funniest things ever, or it could be Dracula Dead and Loving It Again.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that as you're watching this, the comments will be on the comment section. So when I suddenly scream 75, you're not going to know what that's about when you're watching this later.
The other person that's watching this.
Yeah, later. Like 6 months from now, somebody's going to be watching this on YouTube. And I suddenly scream 75, nobody's going to know what the fuck I'm talking.
Because the person watching this, if they're not retarded, are realizing that I just asked, how old is Joe Pesci? And then you just yelled he's 75.
So anyway, fine, you win. I'll give it to you. Now you have to watch Loaded Weapon, bitch.
I know. I wish you did movie reviews again because I could really, could kill you.
I have set up the Whitey the White Guy show YouTube thing. We could go do a live stream of after this.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, there's no subscribers on that, so
no, there's
we'll
no
see
subs yet. Yeah?
Yeah. Idiot.
Do we got... Oh, this thing's on the fritz.
What are you trying to do?
Scroll up.
Oh, yeah, you just...
No, look, it's doing circly.
Well, but that's because your phone is stealing my Wi-Fi.
So yes.
So but this is what we're seeing live. Mm-hmm. So if you want to see live, look at this one. See right there.
Okay.
Look here. If you want to read the comments, read there.
Oh.
Don't even pay attention to this because the video down here is on a delay anyway because it keeps trying to reload.
That's a button.
Fucking idiot.
Moron.
All right.
Joe Pesci 75. What else were we talking about?
You wanted to talk about the kid who was kicked out of his house at 30?
Yeah. Bumblebee Fuckbag or whatever his name is. Well, I don't know the kid's name.
You never do research on this channel anyway.
Fuck no.
So it doesn't matter.
You're not going to do research.
Oh, look, you're at 4.
Welcome. Welcome to the bloodbath.
All right, go ahead.
So there's a kid who's 30 years old.
So he's not a kid.
He's an adult. I say
right.
kid. I don't know why I say kid. Because he's living in his parents' house, 30. Fuck living in his parents' basement. Oh, fuck her. Fuck her.
Yeah. He's in his 30s and he's living with his parents.
But here's the difference we're discussing. I pay rent. Fuck. Go to work every day and bust my ass.
That's true. Keep going. I just wanted to bust your balls.
My parents. It's mutually beneficial.
I was just busting balls.
So this kid's out of work. Yep, he was thrown out. And his parents had to take him to court to get him thrown out, which is pathetic. Like, dude, get a fucking job. And, there's jobs. You can get jobs. It's hard to make money. Mm-hmm. But it's easy to get a job. It's easy to go get a little shit apartment.
You can, you don't have to get a job you like, but you just get a job and bring in income. Yeah. Like when we started working, we were working in a fucking grocery store.
And that's one thing too. It's like, okay, you know what? Go get a job. Go get a part-time job and placate your parents.
Right.
Be contributing. I'm sure they'd be okay with that if you're
I sound like that guy called Manny. I have no idea who that is.
And it sounds like the guy called Manny.
I just read that. Anyways, keep talking.
I know
Easily
you
distracted.
just read that.
Get a job.
So get I'm sure your parents would work with you if you're pitching in.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're 30 fucking years old and you can't get a job, but I have a hard time believing you can't get the job.
He's probably not going out and trying to get it.
Yeah.
Inside joke. Don't ask. Okay. Anyways.
But, so it's like, but one point I was trying to make earlier is that his parents fucking failed. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not all on this guy.
From what it seems like, they're enabling him.
Yeah, for a lot of years. And so it's like, but I've seen this time and again, they'll be like, the kid won't go get a job and stuff. It's like, stop bitching about it and fucking put the foot up his ass. Like, if you raised your kid right, like when I was a kid, I didn't come up horribly well adjusted, but I go to work every day. And when I was a kid, when I was in middle school, I had chores. And I'd go play. We had during football season, we had flag football with the Y. I'd come back all sweaty and tired. And my dad'd be like, "All right, go mow that lawn." I'm like, "I can't sit down for you." He said, "Go mow the fucking lawn." I'm like, "Hey, okay."
I've met his dad. He would be
like, really nice guy, but you cross that line, he'll eat you alive. So the point is, I was taught a work ethic. Wish I was taught a be successful ethic, but I was taught a work ethic. Right. And so I go and I work hard every day. My job now is a very physical job. I'm fucking pouring sweat every day down there. So when all these parents are like, "My kid," it's like because you didn't teach them a fucking work ethic.
You let them slide for so long.
Yeah.
But they're used to it. They expect it now. And
he's 30 years old. I was working at 15. I was on my own at 18. You know that. You were there. You saw me come to work every single fucking morning at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, because I would relieve
you. The night I graduated high school.
Whitey, glad you finally made it as a porn star.
I did?
He's not talking straight porn.
Oh, okay. So anyway, you saw more than you ever wanted to. Sorry about that. But so yeah, it's like you blame the kids, but you got to blame the parents. Got to take some responsibility. Did you just go blind?
I think we lost all our 3 viewers.
No, we just gained a couple. My porn sweat.
No, he was pouring sweat.
Pouring sweat.
He doesn't know how to enunciate.
Okay, pouring sweat, not porn. That would be interesting. Hi, welcome to porn sweat. I'm gonna fuck a donkey. That's what we got to do more of that. We got to do more Red State update.
What was that in Clerks 2? The donkey show?
Yeah, the donkey show.
You're the fat dude banging the donkey.
I'm like, I can't remember enough about that.
Yeah, I can't even remember what.
I've got the red beard for it.
Anyways, kicked out of his house, pouring sweat.
Porn sweat. So we got kicked out. So and then he asked for, I think it was like 6 months.
6 months of what?
Till he could move, like an extension or whatever. And it's just like, seriously, like I've had to live in basements and attics, and I lived above a lady's garage. It's like, you can't. And then he's like, I can't afford the boxes to move. It's like, okay.
You could go to a grocery store and ask for the boxes that they throw the vegetables out.
Our whole fucking lives. People come to Eagle all the time when we were working there and ask for boxes because they were going to move all the time.
And all we realized, as long as you don't care that your stuff's going to smell like bananas and lettuce and stuff like that, they didn't care.
I remember one year, it had to be Halloween, and the store was filled with red balloons, orange balloons, like 300-400 of them. I collected them all up, and I walked home with them. I walked home there, I was like, holding them down. It was beautiful.
And then once you got home, you realized, what am I going to do with this?
Everybody's like, dude, what are you going to do with a bunch of balloons? It's like, what can you do with 300 balloons? Whee! We want a balloon.
And you didn't do anything with the balloons, did you?
They were in the trash eventually.
Oh, you are retarded.
You gotta cut that out. We gotta edit. That's a clip in it. That's a story in and of itself.
I'm glad you do the edits. Remember,
God.
You know what? Roger can edit that out.
Okay, Roger, pop that on your show, buddy.
What can we do with 300 balloons?
And this goes back to where I'm like half the weight I'm at now. So it's like, here's me at like 180 pounds. Walking from Eagle all the way back to my place on 4th and Pine by St. Mary's. Holy fuck. For those of you who aren't from D-Town, that's a good mile and some change. I'm walking on the street with
oh man, what I wouldn't have given for like a big gust of wind.
Oh, I wish we had smartphones and shit back then. There'd be YouTube video of me walking that street with my apron and shit still on.
You still had your white apron that's caked brown because you just probably cleaned the donut that day. And you were probably thinking to yourself, fuck this job, I'm taking balloons.
But I'm that guy where it's just like, what are you going to do with all these balloons? Like, what can you do? Shit! Let's go fishing.
If you buy a car from me, here, have a balloon. It's better than a bonsai tree. Oh, God.
Fucking Ralph Macchio and his shit.
At least something good came from that story.
Yeah.
That stupid, that 30-year-old story.
I'm so glad I don't work there anymore.
Oh, man. It wasn't a bad place. Like I always say, it's like Clerks. That's why we liked at least the first Clerks so much.
Yeah.
Because we could understand dealing with the public.
Yes.
We were both Randall with a little bit of Dante sprinkled in it. And it's like, it's true. The job would have been so good if it wasn't for the fucking customers.
And that's why I'm still at my job. There are no customers. And the
That's
customers, but I could tell you about some of the people up on the surface.
Go ahead. That's
all
your
those
channel.
fucking old people. I work at a old folks home, but it's like the dementia ward.
Okay.
Oh, we got one lady who just sits there all day and goes, she might have died because I haven't heard her in a while.
Oh, no.
And she'd just be like, help! Help!
We need a cartoon showing you holding all the... Yes, I got to find someone who could do a cartoon. Because Roger says we need a cartoon showing you holding all the balloons and floating away.
We do need an
You know what? Instead of Mary Poppins and her umbrella,
I've got the help me as I'm floating above something else.
Anybody want a balloon? And you just like
I'm floating above. Here you go. If you take a few of these, I can land later today. Help me. Help me.
Anybody got a pea shooter or something?
Yeah. Yeah. And then ISIS blows me out of the sky or some shit. Or the feds.
Yeah, they think you're ISIS and you're a UFO, and they just assume you're ISIS.
Yeah. Oh, but the shit at old folks' homes.
So she just sits there and yells. Does anyone go and checks on her?
No, she's fine.
Wow.
She just has dementia, and
Right.
it's like the word she can grasp or something. There's nothing wrong with it. I walked by her 1,000. And then what's weird is, like, I come up out of the basement and bring the laundry around, and so I hear that, and I'm like, which one is it? Which old bed? I don't know who the fuck they are. So, but they all have behaviors. But, like, dude, the women there get sexually molested, like, all the time. People get the shit beat out of them.
Like the workers?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
I've heard it takes
Oh my god.
It takes a certain person. Like I've had a few female friends that were CNAs.
Yeah.
And it's not good.
No.
They've been groped many times by the old men.
It is. I wouldn't in that, but I'm glad I'm in down in the basement.
So next time someone tries to sexually assault you, just hand them a balloon.
But yeah,
you'll make their day.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Why don't we have? But that's the other thing too. It's like it's so grungy and just sad and depressing. Like, why not have a well lit, everything painted in bright colors? Let people go out for walks and shit. Instead, it's just they're in a dungeon, and it's like no wonder they're fucking dropping like flies. It's not just that they're but see again, I do their laundry. So we have a cart where we bring up all the laundry and I put it up on the racks and shit, and then we have a mobile rack and I'm like putting and here's the little piece of plastic has a name on it. And it's like, it'll be like, oh, where's Jerry? Oh.
Well.
No more Jerry.
Wow.
And then, I'll be like, just
that's
like, it's all half new names.
That's kind of got to, that's got to take
this is the last stop.
That's got to take like a certain mind frame to deal with. Like, it's not like you're
or just
doing, like,
difference.
It's not like you're doing like employees laundry. Oh, okay, so Bobby doesn't work here anymore. You're like,
right.
Oh, well, we know what happened to Jerry. Okay.
Oh, we're down to 2. Somebody tell your friend. We got to tell more people.
Well, the thing is, you only have like 30 subscribers.
Yeah, where's Mrs. Cracker?
She's upstairs taking care of the kid.
Do we have a name for the... We should have a...
You called her...
I don't want to call her anything related to a name.
Right, so there's Cracker, there's Mrs. Cracker.
And then I was thinking earlier...
Tater Tot.
Tater Tot. I was thinking we'd call her Keebler.
Call her
Keebler Elves.
No, because it's not potato related. Okay. So you can call her Tater Tot.
Yeah, but that's a ripoff of what's his name. We Ron White.
Who cares?
Okay,
that's tater salad.
Tater, yeah. Anyway, not the point. We'll come up with a nickname for his kid, and then I'll have a kid, and we'll just call him Shit.
Oh my God, no! Just like was it Steve Martin in The Jerk? He's got a dog named Shithead or something.
Does he?
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I remember The Jerk. What's the one where he had the big nose?
Oh, that was Roxanne.
Okay.
When they were making.
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch all that shit because it's all.
It's all the same.
It's all bad. Yeah, he made 10 movies of the same movie.
Yeah, don't watch Steve Martin now. I haven't watched Steve Martin willingly in like 15, 20 years. He hasn't been funny. Wow. He's kind of like now. Steve Martin is like the white Eddie Murphy. It's nothing but cringeworthy stuff to watch. You can't do it.
That's too bad. Eddie Murphy's no good no more. His stuff for a long time was family movies.
You know what? I liked the first Nutty Professor, but I haven't seen that in probably 20 years. I'll probably hate it now. Because I hate fart jokes, and that's pretty much the only thing I remember.
Are you finding, because I went from old to young, but I also went from liberal to, Nazi. And so I go back and watch it now. It's like, why did I... And I don't know if it's because I'm older and my tastes have changed, or because I just don't like the Jews.
You're definitely not more mature.
No, but it's like, do you find that all? You go back and watch them, go, why did I like this? Or why did I see this?
Because I've introduced Tater Tot to some of the stuff that I watched. She's now into Power Rangers. Like when we grew up. And of course,
Wait, the
original television Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Wow.
She loves it, obviously, because she's...
How does she even know it's on the air?
It's on Netflix.
Wow.
So she loves it. It's,
What is Netflix? No, I'm just kidding. What is Netflix?
She loves it. It's fighting and monsters and shit like that. I watch it and I'm thinking to myself,
God,
as a 36-year-old, it's very dumb.
Yes.
It's not hard to watch because I like cheesy, stupid stuff like that, and it's still got that cheesy, stupid charm. I'm like, I could see why me from 1994 watched it.
Yeah.
But if I go back and watch, like, I got to do some reviews that I don't want to do. I have to review like Three Ninjas. Remember that movie? I'm not looking forward to that. I loved that movie when I was a kid. I'm gonna fucking hate it now. Like, I gotta review like a Sinbad movie. I gotta review like the Meteor Man and stuff like that. If it's on my channel and they request it, I review it. I don't care. But those movies that I enjoyed then, I know is gonna be a fucking chore.
Yeah.
To get through.
Yeah.
So it just depends. I mean, there's still stuff like Howard the Duck. I always bring up Howard the Duck. Loved it as a kid. I still love it now. You know, and it's not just because of like the nostalgia stuff that we were talking about with Cobra Kai. I still just have fun with it.
Yeah.
But you got to have that mind frame. It's a fucking talking duck and retarded janitor Tim Robbins trying to save the world from Jeffrey Jones.
Yeah.
And nowadays they'd be saving the 15-year-old boys from Jeffrey Jones.
Oh, that's another thing that's happened.
I remember that day when I ruined that for you.
Yes. I broke my dick.
Yeah, I might have broken Jeffrey's too. So here's the thing.
Here's the thing. So many people that were our heroes or that we enjoy, and now it's like a game.
Here's the thing.
What do I do? And most of them are dead.
Yeah,
too.
but here's the thing we can talk about. Because I did a live stream once, and Roger asked me. It was right when the Harvey Weinstein stuff came out, and all this and that, and Kevin Spacey. I can easily separate a person from their work. Can you still watch like The Usual Suspects with Kevin Spacey and still be like, I can still enjoy this film even though he propositioned little boys back then or stuff like that? Is that hard for you to separate?
I don't know.
Like, can you enjoy Ferris Bueller's Day Off knowing that Jeffrey Jones did what he did? Especially now that he's a high school principal in that movie.
I don't know that I've gone back and watched anything specific.
But you know what I mean. Like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Could you separate? Could you watch a Kevin Spacey film that you like, knowing that what he's done, or something like a Harvey Weinstein produced film, knowing what he's done, or now Morgan Freeman was accused of misconduct.
What?
Yeah.
Well, that was a matter of time. He did play God. But that's the see, for me, I don't know about how his conduct goes, but there's times where it's like
With Freeman, it was just like he did inappropriate flirting.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I think like one time he rubbed up against a girl inappropriately. It's not like Bill Cosby. Could you still watch The Cosby Show knowing what Bill Cosby did?
But it's hard to say because I never really watched The Cosby Show.
Oh, okay. See, I'm the type
really nothing like
I still enjoy The Cosby Show.
Okay.
After now. You know what? I still enjoy Seven. Seven is one of my favorite movies of all time. Doesn't matter what Kevin Spacey did. Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
I'm a big wrestling fan. I can still watch a Chris Benoit match and be like, this guy was a fantastic athlete, even though he murdered his wife and child and then killed himself.
There's two thoughts here, because one, when you had those murder suicides, odds are there was something going amiss.
Yeah, they checked his brain and everything afterwards. He was in his mid 40s. And he'd been wrestling since the mid 80s to maybe early 90s. That's when he started. Yeah. And all the concussions he had. He had the brain of an 80-year-old with Alzheimer's. Yeah. But with Kevin Spacey and stuff like that, I can still watch. Can you watch Seven and still enjoy it?
And the question I have is, it's probably on a gradient. So if it's their lesser work, probably not. But if it's amazing classic, I don't see that I'm not going to enjoy Seven. But then again, Kevin Spacey played a killer. Mm-hmm. You know, he played a horrible person, so it's like, hey,
okay.
Now, if you've got Jeffrey Jones, you know, he wasn't so much interacting with the kids so much, but now let's say there's like, that's what's going to be interesting. Is there like a scene?
There is a scene at the end of Ferris Bueller's Day Off where he gets on a
school bus and the little schoolgirl. But there's aren't scenes where like, okay, he goes and hugs a teenage daughter. And it's like, he held that hug for a second too long.
Right.
Or something like that. You know, what was, that look? That was that sweetest and innocent look, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. I haven't revisited enough stuff recently. But it seems like it's fucking everybody now. You know, there's some kind of bad for everyone out there, and so it really redeems Pee Wee. Mm-hmm. Now he's a hero.
Well,
Paul Rubens isn't the sick fuck we thought he was.
Well, he did get
because now he's just normal.
Within the weeks of the Jeffrey Jones thing, Pee Wee Herman was caught with like underage porn or magazines or something like that. Well, he called it erotic art. Everyone else was considering it underage boys photographed naked from the 20s. I don't fucking know, dude. But you're right. It seems like everybody's getting accused now. Morgan Freeman.
I guess there is a difference between somebody posing and then,
Yeah. But it's still child.
Oh, you're still. If it's
that thin line.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I will shit my pants if next it'll be like Tom Hanks, like the nicest known guy in the world, and someone will say it was Tom Hanks.
That would fuck up Apollo 13, to name a few. That would be. Damn, that would have an effect. Because like some of these guys, maybe I saw a film they were in, but I wasn't really invested in too much.
Right.
Tom Hanks is a fucking hero.
I wish Tom Hanks would go back to a comedy. I really do.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like The Burbs and Bachelor Party. And
he still keeps doing consistent stuff, but he's got to be getting up there too.
Oh, he's got to be up there.
I don't want to acknowledge how old everything's getting.
Hanks would really be fucked up.
This is going to be fun to watch later. What are they looking at? Because they don't have this shit on the screen.
Yes, they do.
Do they?
Yes, I said that like 30 minutes ago.
No, it'll be on the... so anyway.
No. When Roger does live streams.
Okay.
When I have my phone like this, where you just see like the widescreen or whatever.
Yeah.
It'll pop up as I'm watching, and I will see what other people can type in as well.
Okay.
So they will see Roger saying Tom Hanks would have been fucked up.
Yes.
Right.
But my point is, it's not going to be like at that spot. It's going to be on the scroll bar, is it not?
No, it's going to be right there where we just saw it on the phone.
Really?
Motherfucker.
I just watched this. Is that a phone thing?
No. Even on your computer.
Huh. Because when I watch shit live, here's the guys talking, and then it's...
maybe it's different on the computer.
Yeah, I fuck if I know.
It doesn't matter. Just always watch live streams on your phone. It's much easier.
Okay.
Wow.
The point is,
it's like I said, it's like you're Helen Keller and I'm the miracle worker.
Yeah.
Trying to do this.
Welcome to the now, dipshit. But I don't know. That's so because in so much of society, everything being made, it's all nostalgia. Mm-hmm. So at the same time that everything is nostalgia, everybody's a rapist.
Yeah, I know.
It's just like, what the fuck?
Someone said it about Bill Cosby. Your comedy's clean, but your life is dirty as hell.
Yes. That is just, it's so surreal. Now,
imagine this, though. Is he 80? He's got to be up there.
Oh, he's in his 80s.
He's in his 80s. 80. He's blind in both eyes.
Okay.
So he's going to jail, and he's going to die there.
So he won't see it when he's getting fucking
Exactly. Yes. Hank should go back like Keanu Reeves. They're doing Bill and Ted 3, so he should do Bachelor Party 2. Yeah, did you hear that? They're finally doing Bill and Ted Part 3?
I don't know what to make of that.
Did you like the first one and the second one?
I'm going to have to go rewatch them. It's so long. I remember them, of course, but again, I remember
they still hold up. They're still fun.
As a child. So I'm going to have to go back and watch it as a grown man and see do I really give a shit?
Yeah, well, see, the problem is the problem is watching like stupid movies like that with you. You're so into the technical aspect of it.
Yeah, that's. Well, but of course it's got death in it. Mm-hmm. What's that guy's actual name?
William Sadler.
Yeah, William Sadler.
He's awesome.
Love William Sadler. Now, if William Sadler raped a guy, that would break my soul.
What if he did it, but he was in like the death outfit?
That would be clever. He's like,
that would make it okay.
Some guy's like, okay, but dude, I'll challenge you. If I play in a game and win, then I don't have to go to hell. He's like, okay, we can do this. We'll play I rape you an asshole. Ooh. And then he ends up down in hell anyway. And he gets raped in there.
Wow.
Double indemnity. William Sadler, everybody.
Welcome to your first live stream. I love how we start talking about Cobra Kai. Now we're this William Sadler.
And welcome to this week's segment of Who's William Sadler Raping Today?
It's like 20 questions.
Keanu Reeves! And the other guy.
It's like, what is it, the $1 million pyramid or whatever we're trying to describe.
What's the other guy's name? Who's the not Keanu Reeves?
Alex Winter.
Alex Winter. He's a guy who he did this movie I stole and watched part of, and it was a bunch of freaks.
Yes.
Freaks.
I've reviewed that. See, even Roger knows it. I reviewed it on my channel. Mr. T's the bearded lady. Bobcat Goldthwait is like a sock puppet head creature.
But do you know who the guy who farts a lot? Do you know what else he's done?
Whenever they need like a Puerto Rican guy, that he shows up.
Maybe I got the wrong guy. But the one guy who was in, because I couldn't watch the whole thing. One of the monsters was in Pirates of the Caribbean, and there was the guy with the
eyeball.
The eyeball, and then he had his buddy.
That might have been him.
That was him. No, okay. I recognize him.
Okay.
Because he was also...
He shows up in everything.
He's in a bunch of stuff. He was also in Tapeheads with Tim Robbins and John Cusack. And he was a security guard. And I'm one of those assholes where it's like, here's some beautiful chick spending 40 minutes. No, I do. But that guy who played a security guard in Tapeheads, I love that guy.
I don't know who that hot actress is, but the guy who farts fire in Freaks, I know who he is.
Exactly.
Roger knows Tapeheads.
Yes.
Great film.
Yes.
Never heard of it.
And that's, Roger, we have to change that about society, buddy.
We need more people to know Tapeheads?
The movie Tapeheads. We need more people to know about it.
Is it a comedy?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's late 80s. There's this one of the funny bits is, this was back in the day. You have to remember where films and commercials were, but they get this white guy who owns a fried chicken place. And he comes on there and he's dancing around like MC Hammer.
Twinkies in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So there must be a Twinkie in the bathroom scene?
There's yes. I'd even have to go rewatch it. Mm-hmm. But it's anyways, really hard to fucking explain.
Fried chicken place.
Yeah, but they're two brothers, and then Tim Robbins is really good at like the video editing, but it's all late 80s MTV. So that was all really, and now you look at it and it's like, what am I watching? Mm-hmm. But they basically go on adventures.
Chicken and
waffles was it. Okay. Yeah, the chicken and waffles guy.
Roger, send me the link to the trailer if you can find it. Maybe I'll understand it more. That sounds like something...
you won't. You're not good.
That sounds like something I'd want to watch, though.
But there's one part where John Cusack's trying to woo the female villain character. Mm-hmm. And he's like holding out something. I forget what. And then he's not realizing his arm's over the candle. And he's like, my arm's on fire. My arm's on fire! You know, like one of those. You got to see the whole fucking
Okay. Is it one of those movies that would be hard to watch alone? It's more better like with a buddy with beer and pizza?
Watch it with me, and we don't have any other friends. But okay. We'll try to get...
Thanks for reminding me.
I don't really hang out with anybody else like you and Phil.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you remember Phil from high school. We'll talk about him
later. I have friends in high school?
No.
Exactly. You.
Do we have friends now?
You.
I had you. That was it.
And look where we are now.
Here we are. Humming years later, you, me, and Roger.
Yep.
That's what we got.
Sorry, Roger. We know you. We wish you had better.
Buddy. Yeah, we wish
you had better.
More popular guys. But what else do we got that's going on today? A lot has happened recently that I wasn't able to cover.
I don't know. Like I said, the last thing we were talking about was the Apu thing that you already talked about. Which I think is pretty much done now.
She's hot. I hope that's real.
You looking for porn again? Huh. Don't show it on camera.
No. Somebody sent me a friend request on Facebook.
Oh, if she's hot, it's probably fake.
She knows my cousin now. So.
Oh, okay. Might be real.
I don't know. Sorry, I got distracted by titties. That happens. What do you think? Are you following at all the NFL with the? I know you're not a football guy, but just how they like implemented a rule where you can't kneel. You can't do the protests. You can stay in the locker room if you don't want to do the anthem, but you can't come out onto the field during the anthem and kneel down and protest.
I think that's kind of okay. Here's my deal. I'm not political. I don't watch sports other than wrestling, which isn't really a sport anymore. He's sending me the link. When they first kneeled down I could understand why some people found it offensive because it's the national anthem, it's the American flag. But my father was also a Marine veteran, and I support the soldiers and all that. Their sacrifices and their fighting is the reason why you have that freedom of speech and freedom to protest and this and that. It was, no matter how one person would see it as disrespectful, they're doing it peacefully.
Yeah.
They're not starting riots. They're not looting. They're not even outside with torches, all this and that. It might seem disrespectful, but the reason why they have that riot is because of the soldiers that have fought for it over the years, however long, that right's been in effect. So
1781.
There you go. That's why he's
Ratification of the United States Constitution.
But so I could take both people's opinions.
Yeah.
Yes, it can be seen as disrespectful, but they also have the right to protest. Now, with this new law or rule or whatever, you said that they cannot kneel, but they can stay in the locker room.
Right.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. You're still protesting. It's not taking away your rights as a protester. It's just giving you a different option, I guess, to protest.
Well, one thing somebody somewhere...
You're still protesting the American flag or the national anthem or what have you by not being out there, hand over your heart, whatever. You're still being able to protest. It's maybe seen in a less disrespectful way. I don't know. I think it's no big deal because it's basically the same thing. Both parties are getting, you still got your people who want to stand for it, then you got your people who want to peacefully protest it.
Right.
So that's my take on it. I think, now, if they didn't give them that option to be in the locker room, I think that would kind of make situations a lot worse than it is, because it is taking away their right to protest something, their freedom of speech as well.
There's the question. Well, and the answer is they don't have a right. It's the National Football League. You're on the job. If you're on your private time, do whatever you want. But just as we were at Eagle, we couldn't walk in there and say we're not going to work and take a knee. That we'd be fired for not working.
Well, here's the
thing. So
you're
on the job, you're in uniform.
But they're getting paid to play football. Are they getting paid to stand for the anthem, though? Does that actually literally come with the job?
Yeah.
Okay. See, well, that I didn't know.
I'm not in the NFL. I'm not sure if you're obligated to stand for the national anthem as part of the rules. But one thing about the NFL as a whole, you might not remember, there's a player named Brandon Marshall. Was a wide receiver for the Bears at the time. And this is at the age where everybody was wearing pink to support breast cancer. And so Brandon Marshall wore, I think it was like a green socks or something like that because he had personality disorder. Okay. And so he was like, well, I'm going to wear a color and a sock, just like we're all wearing pink, for this thing and raise awareness to this thing. You got fined for it. And they said he couldn't do it. So it's like they can tell you what socks you can and cannot wear.
Well, maybe.
So when people are like, "Oh, it's racism," it's like now they have very stringent policies that they've always enforced, and then you have to go way back. But they're like, "It's racism." It's like, no. If a bunch of white guys did this, it's the same thing.
Haven't there also been white guys taking a knee though?
Yeah.
So you can't really say it's racism.
It's very odd when people be like, "That's racism." It's like, but it's not. If it was you black guys can't protest racism. If no one can protest, that's equality.
Well, see, that's kind of like
rules are applied equally.
That's kind of like that rap star who invited that girl up to stage.
Yes.
I don't know his name. He.
It's Ass Grease McGurkin.
Okay.
I don't know his name.
All right, he invited some girl up. This 15 years old, probably.
Oh my God.
She was young. She was under 18.
What a dick move.
And he invited her up to stage to sing along with one of his songs, and it's got the N-word in it.
Yep.
And she's a 15-year-old girl. She wasn't black. I think she was like either Latin or white.
Yeah.
One of the two. And she was singing along with the song, and then she said the N-word. He said stop. Said she's not allowed. Kendrick Lamar, one of your subscribers, just said TJWK. Do you recognize that name?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up, buddy?
Okay.
That's one of my boys.
There you go.
Trying to get on Twitter and this thing's fucking with me. Go on. Kendrick Lamar's a twat.
Invite her on stage. She sung the song, said the word. He said, no, you can't say that word. And then he said something like he looked to the crowd and asked like their permission or something stupid like that. And he embarrassed this chick. And the thing is, though, you're inviting one of your fans. You already got your ticket money. Mm-hmm. Guaranteed, if she knows the words to your song, she probably bought your album. So you got money from the album. If she's not allowed to say that word, even though she's financially supporting you...
Don't invite her up on stage to sing the song.
And here's the thing. I said this on your video for it, and then there's a buddy of mine, JVTV, I think he commented on your tweet about it. If no one can say that, or if one group of people or race cannot say that word, then no one should.
Yeah.
And then I also brought up a point that there was an interview with Malcolm X's daughter, of all people. Everyone knows about Malcolm X. Everyone knows what he's done for black rights and everything like that. She herself said no one should say it.
Right.
She said you cannot separate... First off, she said it's just words.
Yeah.
If you let a word control you, that's pitiful. Yeah. But she also said if this group of people cannot say this word, or you think they shouldn't, then no one should.
Right.
And that's coming from a black woman, Malcolm X's daughter.
Sure.
And the thing is, to me, just from what I read, I didn't see the clip, I didn't care.
Right.
But it seemed like it was definitely a publicity stunt. Mm-hmm. Because he could have invited anyone,
right,
and he picked a non-black person to come up to the stage and sing that.
But
would he have acted differently? He probably would have let that fan say the word how it was. And then the thing is, this girl was literally just singing along with the song.
Yeah, happy to be on. What
even
a joyous moment.
And here's the thing. Even if she had it in the mind frame of her saying, I'm not going to say that word. Yeah. She could have gone up there saying, I'm not going to say the word. She's in the middle of a concert. There's millions of people, or however many are in the concert. Thousands of people there. She's in the heat of the moment. She's having fun. The guy who she's going to see perform asked her to come up on stage. She's like, oh, it could have been anybody. He picked me to sing the song. And then, just out of the blue, she was singing his lyrics. She did not wrong. Yeah, Roger. Yeah. It would be like if you were brought up on stage, or you were talking to somebody who you really enjoy. You're in the heat of the moment. You're talking to someone you really, really like. You're not thinking. Right. Even if, like I said, if she wanted to bleep out that word, she wasn't in the right mind frame because she was so excited in the heat of the moment. She's singing with this guy that she obviously really enjoyed. Yeah. She wouldn't be at his concert if she didn't. And then just feel how do you think she feels being like singled out like that?
Oh, in front of everybody.
And now it's not just at the concert with social media, it's everywhere. God. So now she's known as the girl that said the N-word at a concert instead of just what's-his-face's fan.
Right. But the thing is, too, is it's like you bring her up on stage at that moment. You're singing the words that this guy wrote, and you brought her up here to sing your lyrics.
She's not even saying. She's not even using it, against him in a derogatory fashion. She's singing.
You wrote
exactly.
So if you don't want her saying that word, don't bring her up here to sing this song with that word in it. Mm-hmm. That's exclusively on this dickhead. Mm-hmm. I hope his career's over. What a cunt move. Mm-hmm. But it's also too. It's like. As a straight white guy, maybe that's the bias that you and I have. Mm-hmm. Nate, what's the word that you can't call me?
That I can't call you?
That people can't call me. What's the word?
There isn't one.
Exactly! You can't call a woman a cunt. You can't call a Hispanic guy a wetback. You can't call a black guy a nigger. You can't call us whatever you want. So if you want the N-word, you can't say the N-word. Okay, I get one. Mm-hmm. When we get a word, don't call me potato eater or something. I'm gonna have to come up with something better. But we don't get. Everybody gets a word but us. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, okay, you want me to call you a cunt? Something. But then we're not a bunch of sensitive pussies.
Right.
And black people are a bunch of sensitive pussies. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, seriously. That's one of the things, because people will be like, there's really nothing you can call white people. Honky,
where's Johnny at?
We don't
tell them to sweep the leg.
We don't. The biggest thing is, we aren't a bunch of pussies.
Right.
Everybody else is a bunch of pussies. That's why you're upset. Like, get the fuck over it. And they'll be like, you don't. And then the whole white privilege thing. They're like, you don't have to do this, this, and this. And I'm like, liberals, you're the ones that call us that shit all the time. We always get lumped in with the KKK. We always get lumped in with mass shooters. We always get lumped in with the Nazis. And they're like, you never have to get called terrorists. We get called Nazis every day. So it's like, if I can't call you the N-word, you can't call me a Nazi. And then I'm going to do as much Nazi-rific shit as I can think of, the way black people murder and shoot up towns and rape everything, and then say, oh, but don't comment on it. I'm going to move into your community like DeKalb and shoot the living shit out. Like, there's probably shootings happening now, given it's Memorial Day. You know, if we were on the news. Right. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to move into your home where your ancestors grew up. I'm going to shoot the shit out of it, but don't call me that word. I'm going to come to, like, South Chicago and fucking Lederhosen's and Zing Heil and say, but don't call me a Nazi. Because it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So if I can't call you that, you can't call me a Nazi or implicate me with KKK and all that other shit. And then I'm going to do as much. I'm fucking never taking the hood off. I'm always coming to your neighborhood and I'm going to be as horrible as possible. But you can't call me that word.
I think you're finally on a roll.
Yes.
After an hour and 15 minutes, you're finally on a roll with this live stream.
I wish I could get Twitter to fucking work so I could get people on the watch. But
no, and that's the thing. I wonder if he's ever done this before.
It's the equivalent of what's going on.
I wonder if this guy, I think Roger mentioned in his comment, I wonder if he's ever done this before in a previous concert.
Yeah.
It's just never been picked up on media. Let's take a bet. How many blacks will be shot or killed this weekend compared to white people? Go ahead.
How many blacks shot
compared
or
to white
killed? Because a bunch will be like.
Because it's Memorial Day.
You mean like how many white people will shoot their neighbors compared to black people shooting their neighbors?
That's just Roger said. Compare how many blacks will be shot or killed compared to whites.
No. Well, there'll be no white people shot, and then they'll. See, but the problem here is like black people shoot a lot, but they don't hit much. There'll be 200 shootings. There'll be 9 people shot.
They're the stormtroopers.
They're the black people are the stormtroopers.
Well, in the new Star, in the Force Awakens, it was a black stormtrooper.
Yeah, I can't watch movies now because of black.
You're horrible.
Zing Hao, baby. But
we here at the Volk Party don't know.
It's called the fucking Volk Party. We're bringing it back.
What actually is that? I have no idea.
Volk?
No, I honestly
don't
know.
Literal translation for the word Volk is people. The word Volk means.
So people. We're the people party.
We're the people party.
Okay.
But
I honestly did not know that.
In the 20th century context, Volk means.
But we only hear about the blacks killed by cops this weekend. We won't hear about the whites.
Right.
Basically,
killed by blacks is always the case. Absolutely right, Roger.
Here's the thing.
Let me answer that question. So, in 20th century context, Volk means. It literally translates to people, and it means the people, like the average people, the working class people.
Okay.
As opposed to the aristocracy and the dukes and the lords.
Okay, that actually makes sense.
And then if you go back tens of thousands of years, like it was a culture.
Okay.
So the Germanic.
Yeah, because
Britannic.
Who is your little icon on YouTube?
Custer.
That's what I thought. Okay.
It's Custer. Custer's George Custer. If you faggots don't know George Custer, get the fuck off my channel. So
is that from something, or did you just?
I just made that. No, I just made that up. I was just deadly serious.
That's gonna be your next tweet.
If you honestly don't know George Custer, don't watch my shit. I don't want you around.
You ever see Little Big Man with Dustin Hoffman?
I hate that movie so bad.
Well, it just made me think because of Custer.
Because I actually know it happened, and there's literally not one film that bears any resemblance to what actually transpired. And the problem is, I've been wanting to talk about. I should talk about this more, but the problem is they did the Buffalo Bill Cody Wild West show, was done in an arena, a very small arena. But it was like the Super Bowl. When that came to town, everybody came to watch it. And all over Europe, North America, Australia. But it was this tiny little arena, so a bunch of...
Keep talking, I'm going to tap to see how much battery we got left.
A bunch of Indians would just ride around in a circle and shoot at these
okay, I say let's give this about 15 more minutes.
All right.
And then, because my battery's getting low.
Okay, and then we'll do another one on mine.
Yeah, and then if we give 15 more... You know what? Let's do 10 more minutes, because that'll be an even 90 minutes.
Okay.
All right. Keep talking. Custer.
So they would ride around and shoot at the reenactors, but it's because it was an arena. In real life, that never happened.
Oh, okay.
There was nothing like that, and so there's a whole lot of misnomer about that. That battle.
I'm gonna. So you're speaking of Custer. You know.
So no film you've ever seen, and the most recent one where they put some time to it was Son of the Morning Star.
Okay.
And when you know what the actual events were, it's a fucking show.
You really need when Whitey first started, before I was even on his channel. You did a really, this reminded me, a really good comparison of Young Guns to what really happened.
I need to
You
do
need
that.
to do that, and then you should do something about Custer as well.
I should.
Because I don't know history. Know your historical
I'm the one who
shit.
got it right. Like, everybody else got it wrong. And part of for the two people watching, one thing they got wrong is they don't understand range. They don't understand ranging rifles. Custer had an 1874 Springfield with an optimum range of 600 yards. In 1874, that was a game changer. Everything's different now.
Okay.
And a lot of people that looked at what he was doing just didn't understand. He was innovating the game. And so if you don't understand that range, like at the 1879 Reno Court of Inquiry, they mapped out all the movements. And if you follow what Custer's doing, he's going around the Little Bighorn. As Reno's fighting from south, he's going up to the north and east. And he keeps his battalion at about 600 yards from the river. So any warriors coming this way have to come across the river. Then he's cavalry, so he just ride the other way. But you have to look at that from a perspective of how is he using his rifles. And when you go to the battlefield and they're like, oh, there was breakdown and there was chaos, and you look at it, it's like, no, there wasn't. But they don't know what they're looking at. So they're not looking at it tactically.
You really should do a video. Like I said, you really should do
point by point.
Redo the Young Guns one.
Yes.
Because that was really, really good. And then do a Custer one.
I should.
You know, and it was thinking of me. I used to watch the Angry Video Game Nerd, and he did.
Well, really quick, one thing. On my PC tower, I'm working off a 32-bit Windows 7. If anybody loves me, I've got a PayPal for Volk Party. Throw me like $40. I need 64-bit. And then I can get like a better editing software. I need some donations to afford some better technology to really put that together better. Because right now it's going to be shit. Whatever I do is going to be shit.
I'll get your Patreon link and I'll post it as well.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that.
But what I was saying is I was watching, you're speaking of Custer, and I was watching the Angry Video Game Nerd. He did a series, I'll have to send you the video, on X-rated Atari games.
Yes.
You know about Custer's Revenge where he raped the Indians?
Yes.
Okay.
But that's the thing too.
That's the thing.
That they don't get. He was there to help.
Was he really?
Yeah, because what nobody understands is that Sitting Bull was a twat, and Sitting Bull put together when Sitting Bull was a kid. This all takes place in the Black Hills in Montana.
Okay.
When Sitting Bull was a kid, a bunch of tribes got together and drove a bunch of his tribes out of the Black Hills. And so when he was a man, he was pushing back.
Okay.
So this is no different than World War II with, like, Alsace, Lorraine, or Poland. It's these different amalgams of tribes are fighting each other over land. And then they're like, the white man's greed and Native Americans are so noble. It's like they're fighting over land no different than us. Like, all the same reasons. They just don't have guns. It's the only difference. But the Crow and the Cree were getting driven out, so they went to the United States and said, help us. And the reason Custer's there is because Sitting Bull was driving out the Crow and the Cree, as well as a few other tribes. So it's like, and then the Crow and the Cree were on his work. He had about 35 scouts with him, including Bloody Knife. So it's like everybody's like, oh, he hated the Native Americans. Well, then who are these guys standing right next there with him? Fighting, dying alongside him. Bloody Knife died with Reno and Reno's battalion. So it's like, if he just hates Native Americans, he's there to help them get their land back. Now, the United States government is there to get their hands on the Black Hills. So, but Custer is just doing his fucking job. And now he's an asshole because he's following orders.
Custer was the original Johnny.
Yeah, because George, to bring it all back to Cobra Kai, Custer was the original John Malone. Sweet the leg, Custer.
That was stupid.
Yeah, it was.
But I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, do we want to wrap this up?
We're gonna wrap this up. We will say, what do you think about your first live stream?
I think.
Well, like the fact that you can start at one point and just bullshit.
We gotta do one of these a day or something.
Well, that's what I said. Like once you figure out how to fuck to do it on your phone.
I don't know what's wrong, guys. I don't know what's wrong.
But I think you can. Oh, that was just Roger. What previous comment? But once you figure this out, I think they could widen your horizons. You can get more people to interact, and a lot of people gain subscribers just by live streaming.
Yep.
And when you get what Roger does on his channel, because he does his through his PC, once you get your laptop fixed or a new laptop or whatever, you can privately send links to people and they can join.
Do you not have a charger? You can keep going?
It's upstairs. Okay. But if all else fails, we'll figure out a way to do this and we'll shut this down and then I'll charge it for a little. Plus, we're gonna go upstairs and cool off. It's fucking hot.
It is a little muggy.
So, but what I was saying is, fix your PC or get a new laptop. Yeah. But what Roger does is he can also privately message people links. They can join his live streams and like physically talk to them.
Yes.
I've been on a couple of his as well, and it's cool when you have. I think you can have up to 6 to 8 people total
talking at once. Yeah.
And they don't even need to subscribe to you, I think. Yeah, see, that's the same comment pointing out. But you can, and then like that's Roger has gone like all night with some of his.
Do you want to charge that up for half an hour, and then do another one?
On this one?
Yeah, tonight.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. I can do that.
And then we'll get everything figured out. We'll send out more awareness and more people.
Right. Anyways, we're gonna say thanks for watching Whitey's first live stream
on the Volk Party.
Share on social media, click the bell, subscribe, all that stuff. Yeah.
Twitter. I'm on Gab.ai. I'm on Minds. I need to get on.
He's on. You're on Twitter and it's at Volk Party.
It's all Volk Party. Just type in Volk Party.
VOLK Party.
Yep.
One word.
Yep.
Right. So yeah, we're gonna end this.
Oh, and PewTube. For you kids at home, go check out PewTube. I'm on there as well. Not a lot of people heading that way right now.
No, I don't think anyone will after that either.
No, right. It's if you want a lot, hear what the Nazis had to say. There's lots of them. Murdoch is on there.
All right. Anyways, we're gonna shut this down. I'm gonna try. Yeah. It's the same comment you keep staring at. See, because he's asking about how many are gonna get shot over the weekend.
Yeah, how many cops?
All right. We're gonna shut this down. I'm gonna go charge my phone. We might be back.
Some tobacco.
Yeah, we might be back in say 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And if we'll figure something out. I got an extension cord.
And get a charger for sure.
So thanks for watching. The 2 people. We were up to 4 one time.
I'm saying goodbye, not ceasefire. For you, all you folks in the armed forces, stop shooting! Goddamn it! Not what I'm trying to do.
All right. Please subscribe. Click the bell so the next time Whitey goes live, you will be notified. And then you can decide either watch or avoid it. Your choice. So thank you for watching.
Oh, and shout out to your channel. Hey, Internet, it's Eric here. Right?
You know what? That's the best you've said about my channel so far. It's Hey, Internet, Eric here. Usually you say Hey, Internet, it's Eric.
Yeah, here I usually call it just like Frankenberry's ass fuck or something.
I have my own channel.
But I'd say it's some good stuff. I've been watching some.
Well, I appreciate that. It's Hey, Internet, Eric here. It's a cartoon picture of me face palming like this whole entire conversation we had. I don't necessarily support or deny anything Whitey said on the Volk Party.
Not political in the least.
Right.
Not in the least.
Anyways, this was fun doing this again. We haven't done it in like 4 months.
It's been forever.
We'll figure out a way to keep doing it again.
By done it, he means 4 months.
Yeah, but you're the chick.
Oh. You're the pitch, I'm the catch. Fuck.
You're Keanu Reeves and I'm William Sadler dressed as Death.
Yes.
And on that note,
I'm gonna get your madness all up in my beard.
Goodbye, everybody. How the fuck do you turn this off? I don't remember.
I don't know. It's your phone.
I don't know.
It's your phone.
Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes. Goodbye, everybody.